there and welcome to Tarmac. Today I've got my hands on this beauty. It's the i4 M50 and it's BMW's first ever all-electric Grand Coupe. It's not only good looking, but it's shockingly fast. Come, let's take a look at this. In simplistic terms, the i4 M50 is what would happen if you put the M3 or the M3 and the M4 got together and produced an electrical love child. What you've got here is a very, very high performance, high, stunning, good looking vehicle that really does grab your attention and give you the thrill when you're driving. Looking around it, obvious kidney grills to make sure you know it's a BMW, but they're closed off because there's no real requirement to get air to an engine because it's really an electrical motor. The BMW badge has got a blue surround, so that makes you know that you are dealing with an electrical vehicle or part of their electrical family. And also you've got your blue headlights here, or your blue inserts on your headlights to let you know that they're laser vision, so you can see just way off into the distance. The other thing to point out is the fact that there's plenty of carbon fibre around. So here on the wing mirrors over there, and I'll show you this, well, actually where the rest of them are as we go around. The silhouette gives you more of an indication as to what I'm talking about in terms of M3, M4. So you've got the M3 size as far as 4 doors, and also the M4 with the sloping roofline here, and of course the Hofmeister kink. My review model is basically in the Portimao blue, and it really is so eye-catching, particularly in the sun, and it rides on 19-inch feet, which just really help grip the road tremendously. I'll get to that in a moment. M badging across here to make sure you know again that it's part of the M family, and like I said, some carbon fibre mirror caps here. The whole car itself sits on a whole new chassis, and also being as it is the M Sport product, it does have sort of M Sport suspension, so it does sort of go up and down as you know, the faster you go, the lower it sits. But look at that, that is a handsome silhouette. The sloping roofline I just mentioned come down to meet this really long tailgate. i4 badging and M50 badging, and also again the blue BMW surround on the badge here. Also LED tail lights and more of the carbon fibre both sides, and sort of again a rear diffuser here that just helps with the wind flow because this is a really sleek through the air aerodynamic vehicle. The other thing is, look at the size of this boot. It's expansive, it's massive. I guess you would call it a sportback, but look at that. So much stuff for your, I don't know, whatever BMW drivers use, which is probably golf clubs or whatever. Let's take a look at what propels this vehicle. Behind this flap are the AC/DC charge points for the 83.9 kilowatt hour battery that lies underneath the vehicle, and that in turn powers the 2 motors that are relying basically on the axles. Come, let's take a quick look at that. Of course you can't see the 2 synchronous motors because after all, what could you do with them? But together they give you 275 kilowatts of power and 795 newton meters of torque. That is tons. And also 0 to 100 in 3.9 seconds. I reckon we can better that. That's your fact. Let's go try. There you go, 3.4 seconds. I knew it. Knew I could beat it. 3.4 seconds. And actually that one there, 4.1 seconds, is the just normal sport. So you got sport, sport boost. Top tip, stay in sport boost. Okay, so that's out of my system. Actually, it's never going to be out of my system. This brutal sub 4 second 0 to 100 is just intoxicating. It makes you want to do it again and again and again. And yeah, why not? So I do. Let's get one other thing out of the way, just including about the power, and that's the fact that fully charged this will allegedly go around about 500 kilometers. To be honest, if you keep doing the sort of sport mode and kicking the foot down as far as it goes, it's going to get nowhere near that. Actually, it's even though it is very efficient, I think 18 to 22 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, so it is an efficient system, but not when you keep kicking it like I do, because it just puts such a good solid smile on your face. It is a fast vehicle. It's also a very quiet vehicle, and I know that's been said a billion times, but you know, electric power from a petrol head's point of view is still it's still unusual. It still takes a little bit of getting used to, especially when you put it on, despite the dramatic music that it gives when you do switch it on. It still just doesn't have that throaty straight six throb that you'd expect from a BMW. But anyway, looking around the interior, because well, we're inside now, massive infotainment and instrument cluster here that really does dial up anything that you want. So I've got it set on the performance chart at the moment, which gives you everything from your torque and your kilowatts and whatever you're using, but realistically you can dial into whatever you want, including, you know, as you'd expect with BMW, your home screen. You've got your menus, your media, which actually is a Harman Kardon stereo, which is good, navigation, etc., and you can literally have all the apps that you want. You can see what the Android Auto is, so you can connect it to your smartphone or your Apple CarPlay, and also you can find out what news, live weather, and live traffic. So if you happen to be going somewhere, it will give you the best possible route. Also, there's 40 different driver assists in here, so it will park itself, it will reverse out the same way up to 50 meters. There's just tons of stuff going on to make this just a luxurious vehicle. And then the M badge just makes it a super performance vehicle, and boy, it just takes up and goes fast. The adaptive suspension's great. It's a little bit firm, I guess, for some, but I actually like the assurity of it feeling nice, particularly when you're going into corners. And the whole chassis feels rigid, feels great. And also, I also feel that you can go for a long drive in it, so it is a bit of a sports tourer. And being 4 doors means you can actually get your 2 up, 2 down, so 2 adults, 2 kids in there, and maybe a 5th if they're not too fussed about having the sort of floor panels there and, you know, being slightly obscured. But it's still, we've had 5 in here and it's fine. Displays wise, literally, again, the instrument cluster shows up whatever you want. It's got plenty of you can adjust it to whatever you like, and also there's a head-up display, so you don't have to take your eyes off the road, which when this vehicle goes so fast, you pretty want to make sure that you're in there. Seats are BMW comfortable and also very well bolstered for when you do throw it around the corners, and just that upmarket BMW M sportiness about it. So the steering wheel feels really chunky in your hands. It's also heated should you want, and has the M badge. And actually the front seats are heated, the rear seats are heated. It is a beautiful mix of performance and sportiness and luxury, so not bad at all. Do I miss petrol engines? Actually, it's arguable with this, because it has virtually all the performance of the M3 or the M4, so in 0 to 100, but none of the worries as far as the environment goes. So you can actually go quite fast and be quite naughty without raising suspicions, because you're just whizzing through the through the air and in the neighborhoods without anybody really noticing. So there you have it, the new BMW i4 M50. Is it worthy of the M badge? Hell yes. Is it fast and sporty and neck-breakingly fast, actually? Yes. Does it have the motorsport credentials around the corner? Yes. Does it have the straight six twin-turboed or twin-power turboed engine? No. But it does have 2 engines, and it is very, I think I may have mentioned this, very fast. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. It will be around here somewhere. And see you on the next one.